What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Give me anything. Hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, Mark, come on, shake, come on, give me anything. Hey, hey, big girls like to do the round, fat girls like to do the round. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing, and the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Fat girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and hit it up, sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it deep. Fat girl just shake it, don't break. Big girl, let me see you do a spin. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it up, shake it up, back down. Drop me and then now. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake, till you rip through what? And the wet wet's hard part too. Lips and outs, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that ass, back to the beat. Fat girl shake your jiggle at me. St. Louis, back to the top. Fat girl like to do the round. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Hey, 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 more hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 more hey. Big girls like to do the round. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
I'm sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl know the happen, no quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. That new underlook like it off the now. Fat girl bring through the top of the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot bitch with a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit get the dead in the world G. Bounce fat girl, show the boy a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn nationwide. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass. Yo, welcome to another edition of the Uncle Luke Show podcast. How y'all feeling? You know, let me just say this. Today, it feels like a Oreo cookie day today. You see an Oreo cookie? You see an Oreo cookie? And I'm eating one. You see the Oreo cookie? Let me tell you the heart of the Oreo cookie. With a Coca-Cola. This is the farthest I get to eating bad and drinking bad because I don't drink no more. I don't eat the wrong things.
The Oreo cookie. There we go. You see the Oreo cookie? Look at it very carefully. The Oreo cookie is black on the outside and white on the inside. You see the white on the inside? Now, black on the outside, both sides, white on the inside. Don't call people Uncle Tom no more. Don't call them Sambo. Don't call them, just call them an Oreo. You're black on the outside, but you're white on the inside. Just call them Oreos. You know, like people like Tim Scott, just call them Oreos. It's Oreo. Call them that. I just want, you know, I have a cookie right here. I'm late. Well, no, I'm on time because we do the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 o'clock. So welcome to another edition of Yours Truly, Uncle Luke Show, the podcast. We are here live. We are live. We are live right now. Live right now. And we got a lot of things to discuss today. We're going to have my man, Footballville Streeter, that's going to come on to the show. I'm so excited because the next few weeks, the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be having on some head coaches. I ain't going to even tell y'all who the head coaches' names are. I'm going to have some head coaches on. I'm going to have some people coming on talking about redistricting in the state of Florida. I'm going to just have all kind of celebrities. I'm just, you know, I got the show where I want the show at right now. I have the show where I want it at. I'm happy about where we're at with this show. We got some great people that come on and contribute on the show, like Footballville Streeter. You know, we have some other people come on, D from her show, D Love Sports, and we have Warren Sapp every now and then coming on the show. And so I'm right, like really feeling where this show is at and how it's growing, how big it is. And we've gotten comfortable. In the words of Prime, we've gotten comfortable here at what we're doing, how we're doing it, and you love the show. That's why you tune in. Like so many people talk about the show, you know, and I appreciate you all for coming and being loyal listeners and loyal viewers of the show. You always like, share, and subscribe, and that's what I want you to do right now on my YouTube page, on my Facebook page, on my on Twitter, Instagram, and all that. And so, matter of fact, let me get these people engaged on Instagram. You know, and we listen, man. This show is a beautiful show because we get the opportunity to do what? We get the opportunity to just be ourselves. You know, a lot of people have a tendency of coming to me and saying, "Luke, man, we want to advertise on the show. We want to do this on the show and all these things on the show." And I say, you know what? I'm not really interested in that because we are sponsored by Luke Records, and I own Luke Records. And you go to the website, get you some Luke gear, and then you could always go to my campaign page, www.lukeforcongress.com. We love for you to go over there and join the team over there, and maybe send a $5 donation. We would love to. I mean, you need to send some donations right now. After this show, you're gonna really send some donations. I mean, that's what I said. Chili did it right. Chili, but she sent the donation to the wrong person. She got it. She understood the political process and the importance of making campaign donations, but sending it to the wrong person is another thing. But that's a whole other thing. This show has grown tremendously so fast. You know, a lot of people say, "Man, won't you take the show and put it in a studio? Won't you take the show and put it here? You can sit down and all this." I know I like it like this, where I can hop on here, feel comfortable in the comforts of my theater. I'm actually in my theater right here at the house. You know, and I you know, getting in the car, driving somewhere into the studio, and you got all these people with the cameras, and everybody want to tell you what to do and how to do it and all that. These things. I ain't trying to be fighting with nobody. You know, I just want to give you the organic shit coming straight off the top of the dome. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I have some things on my mind that I really want to just turn this damn thing on right now. Sometimes I do it. And then there are times that I'll say, okay, we're going to do this. And then I get to that, I don't have the same energy. But then I always got energy for you. When I turn this motherfucker on, I am full of energy, full of things to talk about. You know, and today we got so many things to talk about. I mean, we got the NFL draft to talk about. Rueben Bain getting snubbed by the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion. I'm not even going to go into old Joe Rose and his little rant and when he got all in his feelings on his radio show. That's the Dolphins show. I know some of you guys are not familiar or aware of him. He has a little show here in Miami, and he's a Dolphin. He does the Dolphin show on the morning, and a lot of people listen to him. I don't know if people still even listen to radio, but I know I listen to him, and I kind of like him. And I had to go off on him, and he got his little feelings and wanted to invoke the race card. That's Joe Rose on his show, and started getting a little testy. And we went back and forth with tweets. And I eventually ended up deleting some of the tweets because, again, I have to conduct myself in a political manner. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, on the show we're going to be politically correct. And that's what we're going to do. I mean, we're going to say what the fuck we want to say. We're going to do what we want to do. We're going to do it how we want to do it. And that is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So let's start off right here.
President, he appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But I said to myself, you know, I'll do this interview and they'll probably, I read the manifesto, you know, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead, let's finish the interview.
The other thing that he wrote in
You're
the
disgraceful.
Now, I started off with that clip right there because that's what we're going to have a conversation about. That's what we're going to have a conversation about. You know, I want to get this whole Donald Trump thing and this 60-minute interview and them trying to unalive him out the way because we got so much to talk about. Matter of fact, I'm going to just come back to that. Let me do that. I'm gonna come back to that because we got Michael Jackson movie, Donald Trump being tried to unalive. We also have Primetime making a bold statement to everybody in the country. We have Ron DeSantis redistricting the map. We have Rueben Bain getting dissed. And then I also, you know, got a lot of fun that I want to bring in because I just love when the kids have what they call the hood prom, which I don't like the name at all. Just prom in the African-American neighborhood because we do things different than everybody else. All of a sudden, they have to give us a name. So we're going to talk about that on the show. Right now, just like, share, and subscribe to the show. Please do that. Donald Trump, going back to that. Some people think it was a conspiracy, that it was all made up, how this guy gets into the hotel, how he get past all this security, how did he come up with what he's coming up with and break through there and shoot one Secret Service person or officer or whatever it may be, and he doesn't get shot. That's a little interesting. So a lot of people, you know, they got conspiracy theories about this. Is it a hoax? Is it fake? Is it whatever it is? And how did he get into this hotel? You know, and the guy, and then they do a story on the guy. The guy's a scientist. He does his manifesto, which is what they were referencing about how he hates the government and the whole establishment and all this. The guy's a smart guy somewhere, you know, and then they got film of him being with J.D. Vance's wife at an event and all these things like this, and the guy being heavily involved in politics. And he came up with this scheme and he plotted it for a very long time of getting rid of the cabinet. I'm still trying to figure out all them guns. And he shoots one guy and he doesn't get hit. And he has all these guns on him. I'm still waiting for that film. Hilton Hotel, y'all release a certain piece of the film where Buddy was running down the thing, but you need to release the other part because we're a little concerned. You know, I mean, we have a WWE a wrestling president, and you know, wrestling is not real. And a lot of, so I don't want to be on the conspiracy theory. I want to just say Buddy just did what he did, and he, you know, is arrested, and he had his day in court today. It's a lot of question marks behind it. The reason why he did what he did in his manifesto, he said all the things about the president that everybody has been saying for the longest. Are there people out there that's upset? Yes, because in my opinion, this president and this administration and the governor of the state of Florida has made this a very toxic place, a very toxic country, a very divided country. If you look at his approval ratings between him and Ron DeSantis, with the rhetoric that they put up of trying to divide us as a country, their approval ratings are very low. The people realize they've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. They realize that this is a big money play for him and the people who put money into his campaign. I mean, it started off with Elon Musk, in my opinion. It was all about the bag. It was all about how much money we can extort from the United States of America. This is my opinion. And they've been doing that. You look at the stock markets, everything that they're doing overseas, when it's time to open up the straits, then somebody friends with them make $1 billion, drop a bunch of stock, and then buy a bunch of stock, and all of a sudden they're making billions and billions of dollars. It's a big money play. I mean, you look at all the people that they fired. All the people they fired were people who had companies, had friends of companies that was open 8 days, like 8 days, and they got a $50 billion contract for the United States government. All these things were brought out in the Senate and congressional hearings, which is where shit get brought out at. That's why I'm running for Congress. Because you still, you know, even though our government looks really bad right now, it's really bad because of the leadership. They're still, I mean, the people still control this thing. You still control this. We the people still control the government. That's why you have Pam Bundy, don't have a job right now, and the other lady who's running the Homeland Security don't have a job right now. She's running around with ice on the cowboy hat and all that. Then they found all these people to be doing some unscrupulous business that the American people looked at and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. You gave a guy, the agency, a $50 billion contract, and the agency was only open for 8 days, and then it closed down after that. Where's the money? I mean, it was tons of these type of things going on a consistent basis. I mean, even here in Florida, they spent a ton of money building alligator Alcatraz. Meanwhile, you had a prison that they just closed down in Belgrade. They just closed the prison down. A ton of people in Belgrade, Pahokee lost their job because they was working at the prison. totally screwed up the economy, but they could have just opened it up. The state owned it. Just open the prison back up. If you want to have a prison to put people, to detain people, no, they spent all that money and made this big old PR thing. We just built a brand new facility, alligator Alcatraz, out here in the Everglades, which is all it was doing with the Everglades. The whole play with the Everglades and building in the Everglades, which you don't supposed to be building in the Everglades because it's protected by the Forest Association. All that is we're setting precedent to build in the Everglades because we're going to move the UDB to be able to build in that area. That's what they do. Y'all don't be paying attention to that part of it. Because once you set precedent and build someplace that you don't supposed to be building in, now you build it, you house people in there. So what the hell you think they get ready to do? Now it's zoned for something totally different. They just rezoned the place where they know it's not going to be open for a very long time, but they rezoned it for housing, plumbing, in an area in the national parks that they do not supposed to be building in. So 5 years from now, alligator Alcatraz will be the new development in the Everglades, water parks, 5-star hotels, golf courses, surrounded by lakes and surrounded by these things, theme this and theme that the special interest groups get. And around that and go all the way to the east of it all, you'll have houses, you'll have developments, multi-million-dollar projects going up. That's all it was. Rezone an area that's not zoned for living in a national park and say it's a prison where you could have opened up you could have reopened a prison that you already own in Belgrade, Pahokee, put them people back to work. A judge said it's illegal to have people out there. Come on, man. Y'all gotta watch what's going on. You gotta watch what the hell is going on. Get out of Fox News and CNN and MSNBC. Get off of that shit. Think for yourself. Don't allow these people to think for you. That is what the new rules for the day going forward. Don't let them think for you, because what happened is we let them think for us. We let Fox put us against, oh, I'm a Republican. Look, screw that Democrats. Oh, I'm a Democrat. Oh, I look at MSNBC. I look at Morning Joe. I look at Abby. And I look at these guys over here, Fox in the morning. And yeah. We doing this and we doing that. Republicans, the Democrats are the worst thing in the world. And got all these people on there. All they are fucking lawyers. They are lawyers. Politicians are lawyers. Put it this way. Politicians are what we call two lawyers in a divorce case. Who's being divorced? Us, American people. The fathers, the husbands over here, Democrat. The wives over here, the Republicans. No. I gotta switch that up. The husbands over here, the Republicans, and the wives over here, the Democrats, and they just go in there, fight. Make it seem like they're fighting for you, but you know what happens? They all go in Washington, the Capitol Grill, and they sit up at the Capitol Grill like this. Hey, how you doing, buddy? And all that there. They've been serving together for 20 and 30 years, people. Let's be real. They put on a show for the camera. That's why you see them trying to fight a person like me who's running for Congress. I'm not going there to play games with them. No, I'm going there for work, for business. I ain't listen, man. Only friend I'm going to be to is friend to the dollar, to bring the dollar back to the district. It's amazing. Y'all think the people really don't like each other. Y'all Y'all really think them people don't like each other? Them people, most of them was in that ballroom with Donald Trump. You heard what he had to say in his interview on 60 Minutes. Oh, it was a great ballroom. It was Democrats, it was Republicans, it was a sense of togetherness and all of them, because all of them know each other. They hang out with each other on a regular basis. They just get in the front of the camera and they got a cape. They put on a great show because we are the wife and the husband. They make it seem like they're really doing so much fighting for us, but at the end of the day, everybody's greasing their palm. That's why I'm not going there for that. I'll probably be left out of a whole bunch of conversations. Oh, there go Luke. Neither one of us can talk to him because we already know he's for the people, by the people, and with the people. That's the people's congressman. Send me to Congress, that's the people's congressman. Don't send me to Congress. I'm going to be with Angie Slater in Colombia, Costa Rica, or somewhere. I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to say, I tried. They ain't want me. I tried. I went out there and put my best foot forward. I ain't do like the rest of these podcasters, sit on the podcast and be screaming all this intellectual shit about the government and what they're supposed to be doing and what they're supposed to be doing and who ain't doing this and who ain't doing. No. If you want something done, do it yourself. And that is what I'm doing. If you want something done, do it yourself. Get your ass out there and run, Luke. And that is what I'm doing. Get my butt out there and run. And that's what I'm doing. And that's why every day I come on here, I say, look, if you want me to win, it's going to take some money. Do like Chile did with Donald Trump, but do it with the right money. Go to my website, www.luthercampbellcongress. Just donate $5. Keep all the rest of your money. You don't need to be sending me more than that. But that's where we at, people. You send the wrong people to Congress, and what ends up happening? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Speaking of sending somebody to Congress, look what Ron DeSantis did just today. Ron DeSantis just gerrymandered the map. Today in the state of Florida. Florida lost about 4 Democratic congressional seats because they're upset that Virginia gained 5 seats and Texas tried to do the same thing. And so Florida Governor Ron DeSantis decided, oh yeah, well, I'm going to disenfranchise some people. So right now, as it stands, right now, in my district that I'm running in, Congressional District 20, in Congressional District 20, I had Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay. Now, mind you, they're going to vote on this tomorrow. I have Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay. 99% of the chance it's going to pass because that's a Democrat. It's a Republican Senate and a Republican House in Tallahassee with a Republican governor. So they're going to do whatever they're going to do. They're the biggest, whatever the word is, I don't want to say. They're the biggest kissers of the you know what you can only imagine. So whatever this man comes up with, they automatically pass it. So it's going to pass. And it's unconstitutional. Before I even get to that part of what they took out and how they disenfranchised African Americans in this particular red line in here, it's unconstitutional. Florida Constitution states that in order for you to do a redistricting, it has to be 2 years after a census year. We ain't had no census year. They just redistrict in 2022. Here we're in 2026. And it was done after. It was done in 2022. In 2020, we had a census. So he's doing some unconstitutional stuff. But again, why elections have consequences, why y'all see me get on Twitter and everywhere, and I talk about, hey, look, man, get your ass out there and vote because elections have consequences. Why he figures he's so comfortable with violating the Florida Constitution. Now, mind you, the people voted on this. The people voted. We all voted. You cannot redistrict until after 2 years after a census have been taken. The census to tell us how many people moved and how many people came and justifies the redistricting and using the census, then you redistrict. This man said, F that. I'm doing what the hell I want to do right now. So he's doing it right now because of what's going on in other states who don't have the same laws that we have in the state of Florida. We voted for this. So numbnuts like him can't go up in there and then make these unsensitive changes. But what he did, he packed the Florida Supreme Court with his people. No different than Donald Trump packed the Supreme Court with his judges. So when it's time for him to go to the Supreme Court in the United States, he gets a lot of his shit passed. But he got slapped in the face the other day. And he got upset with the justices that he put in. So assuming that these justices in the Florida State Supreme Court don't bow down and kowtow to Ron DeSantis and change the law, that'd be hardcore if they do that. That'd be hardcore. But again, when you allow these governors to appoint these justices, that's what you're going to get. You're going to have them control all branches of government. The Senate in Florida, the House in Florida, Republican, and the Supreme Court. That's not a fair body. That's a whole nother story, but that's not a fair body because these three entities and the governor house, that's 4 branches of government. So it's totally unfair for everybody else. You would think that the court would be a fair and impartial court, but it can't be fair and impartial because what happens? They're tainted. They were appointed. They were vetted by him. And then the vetted went on like, let me ask you something. Are you going to vote for this, that, and the third? Before I go and nominate you, I need to know if you're going to vote for anything that I send over there. Yes, boss. This is a very prestigious seat here. I'm going to do whatever you do, whatever you bring over here. I'm okay, good. I like you. You're very convincing. I'll put your name in the hat and they're going to vote on you. They're going to approve you. You're going to be a Florida Supreme Court justice. And every time I send something through there, I expect you to vote for it. Other than that, I'm going to get your ass about it. That's how this works. That's not fair. That's some third world country stuff. That's some communist stuff. That's communist way of doing business because the people don't get to speak. And trust me, there are a lot of Republicans that want things to be fair. It's just these politicians who don't want things to be fair so then they can continue greasing their pockets because it's all about the money. It's not about the people. I mean, why would you go and take Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, and now put it in a Republican district? Who the hell, what Republican gives a damn about those black people over there who are already suffering? Tell me, what Republicans give a damn about the black people in Riviera Beach who are already suffering because the water plant is spilling out green and purple water? They out of bottled water. They don't talk about that on the news. So now that's in the Republican district. I mean, that was originally in the district that I'm running for. And I'm fully aware of the issues in those black cities. They had it right. Now they're in Republican cities, and those people don't care about black people, as you know. All Republicans vote are totally against all black interests. Do they feel that way? They vote that way. They vote against the interests of African Americans on a continuous basis. And so this man, Ron DeSantis, just pushed them black people into a Republican district with Republican representation. That is absolutely horrible. So now, mind you, the district that I'm in now is Lauderhill Lakes, Pompano, Sunrise. Is shrunk a little bit, but it's all black Broward County. I'm okay with that. I'm fine and I'm perfectly okay with that. But I feel bad that I can't represent the people of Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, because I know how desperately they need a person like myself as a leader. I feel bad that I can't represent the people in Riviera Beach. It's horrible. But this is what this man, Ron DeSantis, has did. You know, I tell you all, elections have consequences. Y'all think about, oh man, Ron DeSantis, this was 50,000 votes away from not happening. 50,000. Because you'd have got Gillum before he did all his little hanky-panky. You'd have got Gillum, and we wouldn't be in this situation right now. 50,000 people would have went out there and cast their vote for that black man. You wouldn't be in this situation if you voted for Kamala Harris and not make all the excuses in the world not to vote for her. And we wouldn't be in this situation where the gas prices and Medicare, Medicaid is all getting ready to get lost, SNAP benefits, all this here, all the erasing of black history from historical sites, all the this man taking away DEI, taking away affirmative action, all these things. You wouldn't have to deal with that if you'd have took your ass out there and vote. No, but everybody sit back and look. That's why I say to myself, I did my part. I got on every one of my platforms to get your ass out there and vote, 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 vote. Here's the reason why. I'm on there fighting on the people on Twitter with all these numbnuts on Twitter, with all these hate guys talking about reparation and all these guys who are paid off by Steve Bannon and that whole movement that say Kamala is not black. Y'all sitting up in there talking about, oh, do she know how to make pitch and candy yams? Do she get her hair straightened or do she get it pressed? Or is she an Indian or Jamaican or whatever the hell it is? That's what y'all did. I ain't voting for neither one of them, so I don't feel like I did anything wrong or did anything against. Yes, you did. That's a whole nother story. You made up excuses to not vote for this lady, you black men who sat home, and 10% of y'all went and voted for Trump. That's all he needed was a little. Even though, oh, well, we got 92% of the black vote. Yeah, 92% of what? What stayed home and what didn't vote and what percentage went over there to him, because he didn't need the whole percentage. He just needed a whole bunch of motherfuckers to stay home and a small percentage to vote for him. He wins. That's what happens. Elections have consequences. And Gillum let the people from Washington come run his campaign, and that was stupid. That was stupid. And he went away from his grassroots, and then he lost by 50,000 votes in the state of Florida. And now we got a man who just took us back 1 billion years. Damn, that got us back in the black and white and slavery and all that. And that's what we're doing right now. Now he done redline to redistrict the districts to carve out black cities and put black cities in Republican areas and all these things, and then do what? Suck them dry. The Riviera Beach that you used to going to where all them black people control is not going to be it in the next 5 years. Same thing in Belgrade, Pahokee. They decimated. That's why they didn't let them. That's why they didn't put the prison back over there so them people could continue having a job. Big Sugar went automated, so I mean they got the machines picking the cane, sugar cane. For all you people who, okay, whole nother story. So what they gonna try and do? They're gonna try to redevelop all Belgrades and Pahokee. They're already going to their city leaders right now. Hey, look, we want to redevelop over here. We want to build some affordable housing. And then people say, the government over there say, how much you trying to get for these houses? Oh, $700,000. They say, how people can't afford $700,000 house over here. You gonna redevelop? And then they're trying to get federal funding. If what I was gonna do, give them the federal funding to be able to, because you gotta have a foundation in order to build on top of the muck. You just can't put a house on top of that. So again, people, elections have consequences. And that's why I'm saying, man, it's a big fight. It may not look sexy because all y'all doing is worrying about LeBron James and him and his son playing, because that is the biggest thing on y'all mind. Oh, father, son played in a playoff game. Meanwhile, they sticking you right where they sticking you right on the side. You getting gutted While you worrying about LeBron James, while you worrying about Megan Thee Stallion and Clay Thompson and all this, we worried about Megan Thee Stallion. Who did what? Who did Clay cheat on her? Did she cheat on Clay and how this and Tory Lane and all these things? Y'all get y'all worried about that. Did they redo? Did they Love and Hip Hop Miami? What about the girl who beauty salon? Just that's what y'all worried about. Y'all worried about the wrong goddamn thing. Them people doing this on the side. They just sticking you with that. They got that ice pick and sticking you with it. While y'all sitting over there, y'all worried about y'all doing this while you worried about all the other dumb shit. Oh, the Rueben Bain getting snubbed by the Dolphins. Hey, man, I'm so mad with this here. It's University of Miami going to win again. It's Ohio State going back to the championship. It's what did we get in the draft? What did we get in the draft? Okay. That's what's going on. Y'all ain't paying attention because you're so occupied. Think about your time of day. Think about how much time of day you got to think about what's really going on in the world. Think about the time of day, how much time do you have to understand and know what's going on in the world? Think about it. You get up 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning, fix the food for the kids, get the kids ready, put them in the car, feed them, take them to school. Boom, y'all drive it in. Go in there, you listen to a little music, talking to the kids. That's perfect time to have good one-on-one conversation with the kids. Get the kids, drop them off. Then you go to work, get in the car, go there. You go there, get out of the car. You go to work. Okay, you all right. What y'all talking about? The NFL draft. Y'all talking about all this and y'all working because you got to work in order to get paid. And then you leave, you get back. The movie starts again. You leave, get in the car. You go pick up the kids from daycare because the kids are picked up to go to daycare, aftercare, whatever they may be. Then now you got to go take them home. You got to go change. Then what you're going to end up doing is you're going to then take them to the park or whatever activity that they're going to be doing and all that. At what point in all that did you get to look at what's going on in the world? And then if you're sitting there looking at the NBA, oh shit, we came home at 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to look at what LeBron James doing. We're looking at what LeBron James doing, our favorite team is doing, and we're going to look at the 11 o'clock news. We might be able to catch the 6 o'clock news. And the 6 o'clock news is full of propaganda, and it's going to tell you what they want you to know. They ain't going to tell you the water is bad, and they ain't going to tell you it's a homeless issue in Belgrade, Pokey, and this place here. They ain't going to tell you that. Then you're going to hop on your favorite podcast. This is what you're going to do. You're going to hop on your favorite podcast to hear the trauma. All the black podcasts is just talk about people. I'm going to keep it a buck. Cam Newton. Are you gay? Ray J. Cat Williams. You don't like all these other black people? Oh, what about you, other black guys sitting on the couch? What other black people you don't like? Tell me about these other black, because us black people, we like to gravitate to the bullshit. Shannon Sharp. Hey, buddy. Cat Williams, you're on the couch. Tell me about all the black comedians you don't like and that don't like you. Big 50 million people watching this and they retweeting it and they doing this. All black people talking bad about other black people. Stephen A. Smith. Oh, Jamel Hill, I hate them girls. Jamel Hill, I hate Stephen A. Smith. By the way, I hate Joy Reid. Joy Reid, by the way, I hate him too. I hate this one. All we do is get on the podcast and talk about other black people. Name the podcast. They get in because that's what we subscribe to. That's the new thing. We subscribe to self-hate within ourselves. I stay away from all that. I'm a fair and balanced. I talk about the character assassination of a black man and black community. That's why I fight. I get on that wall and fight. And they don't like me. That's why when I said something about the New England Patriots coach, I pointed it out where Ryan Clark and all the rest of them on TV did not. They jumped on Sharon Moore. They jumped on Sharon Moore and said he was going to mess it up for other black person in America. And they had shows and they talked about it and all that. And I was the only one stand up for Sharon Moore. Hell with that. Let him have his day in court. And he had his day in court. And I stood up and the people stood with me and they got in the comments, you right, I'm going to stand up for us, regardless. And I am a fighter. I'm going to stand up for us. I'm not tearing us down. You won't get that on this podcast. Hey, look, I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm the one who say, hey, Mike Epps, Shannon Sharp, y'all can straighten that shit out. Go look at my timeline on my Instagram. We don't need y'all sitting up there talking like y'all some fighters. Y'all ain't finna get into that right now because you guys kids are looking up to you all. Y'all talking about, meet me at the place over here, meet me over here, and we gonna handle this like this. And y'all ain't finna do that because y'all are teaching our kids who are killing each other already in a toxic society that is acceptable by the people they look up to. That's me. I'm that person. That's what I'm doing. Well, look, you got Kit Chili and you got Nick Cannon. Yeah. Look at how I did that. Presented it as a respectable black man. Hey, Chili and Nick Cannon, y'all did something wrong, boss. Now, I love both of them. I love both of them to this day right now. I hate that Chili is getting towed down like that. But, again, your actions put you in a position, that you have to defend yourself. You need to be careful about what you're doing and how you're doing it and when you're doing it, because your actions will become consequences. So if you want to support Donald Trump and if you support him and your audience is black, then I'm going to look here. But sister, you can get it together. Cam, what you did with this girl who hang out with Trump, that was dead wrong because you recited and I pointed that out. This is what you did wrong, boss. And this is what you need to straighten up. You need to go back in the history books. But we ain't finna sit up here. I'm not finna sit up here and I'm here to bring African Americans up. I call out the white people and they always, Luke, why it's all about race? Why it's all, I got on their Twitter on Friday and said, y'all wouldn't drag Chris Greer. I texted Joe Rose show on Twitter and say you would not drag. Why y'all ain't dragging this new general manager like you dragged Chris Greer, right? Who was a black general manager, but I never said the black man. You drug the black man like this here, and y'all ain't dragging the white man for these dumbass picks that they're making right now, and y'all making excuses for the Dolphins. First thing he said, Luke, why you bringing race into it? I never said anything about race, but that's how they look at me, and I'm okay with that. They look at me as a defender. When I say something, I'm gonna call white people out, black people out. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but I'm telling you, not to hate. I want all these other podcasters to not just have Ray J sitting on there talking about and all these other guys who are suffering from something sitting on a couch, knowing that they're suffering from mental health and exploiting that shit. I have some white people on there. Have some white people on the show. They ask them the same things that y'all, but they don't do that. Go get the white version of Megan Thee Stallion. Go get the white version of damn Chappelle and all these people. Go get the white version of Ray J. Bring him, sit him on the couch. Talk to him. Britney Spears. Go get Britney Spears. She's suffering from something. Go get her and bring her on the couch. You got a lot of white people suffering, but we don't do that. We don't do that. That's why I'm getting sick of these shows, these podcasts, black people putting black people on to tear down another black person. If that's what y'all want to subscribe to, that's fine. My thing is on this Monday, because I sat back and I looked at it and I saw the young man playing basketball who played basketball for the Miami Heat. Clearly, that guy was sleeping in his car. That guy clearly told this man that he was suffering from mental health. Clearly told Shannon Sharp he was suffering from mental health. And he used that guy. He used him. And that was sad. What help did he give him after the show? The commercial should have been, hey, man, we had Beasley here, man. And you know, Beasley is going to be a family member. You know, that's going to be my brother from here on out. And I'm going to look out for Beasley from here on out because I want to make sure that brother is in good conference. The brothers clearly said that one of his main issues was he just wanted to be hugged and told he was loved. Are these what comes after that? I'm just saying. Look, let me get on with the show here, man, because a lot of this shit I don't like. I don't like. Y'all point me to the Positive Black podcast. There's one young fellow on there, I think he was an elected official, and he talks about politics and all that. I like him. I forget what his name. I need to find what his name is, but again, we don't have enough of that. Or we ain't subscribing to that. Speaking of doing people wrong, there we go.
Republicans is F around and find out. They started this war, and we're going to finish it.
Please be my guest. I will pay for you to come down to Florida and campaign. I'll put you up in the Florida governor's mansion. There's nothing that could be better for Republicans in Florida than to see Hakeem Jeffries, everywhere around this state.
See, this man, Ron DeSantis, you know what his problem is? In my opinion, he hates black people with a passion. And the reason why he hates black people with a passion is because a very smart, intellectual black man named Gilbert. Gilbert went at him. Somebody at my door. He went at him. He was running against him. And he made him look stupid. He made Ron look stupid on every chance, every opportunity he got. He made that man look real stupid. When he was on the debate stage, he made him look real stupid. And he took that personal for years. Took it very personal for years. And at the end of the day, people, he's been taking it out on black people forever. So I'm looking forward to this fight between him and Hakeem Jeffries. Now, speaking of the NFL draft, here's something that was very interesting.
To talk about this. So Ty Simpson was taken 13th overall last night, and I truly still think it's a reach. 10 games, 15 total touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Shedeur Sanders, 11 games, 31 total touchdowns, 144th overall pick. What's the difference here?
What is the difference? And we can go on all day. We can go on with this all day. What is the difference? What is the difference? Shedeur Sanders, his numbers are much better than any one of those guys' numbers. His numbers is better than Mendoza. Double the money, Mendoza. Ty Simpson, yeah. It was just Deion Sanders' son. That's all that was. And so my daddy always told me, Luke, time will tell. And they always telling on themselves. They consistently tell on themselves all the time. All the time they tell on themselves. Just let it all play out. I'm sorry. I'm talking while this thing is on here. You just let it all play out. And that's what the hell is going on. It's all being played out right before your eyes. You're looking at a serious issue. You're looking at how these people treat us. When there's an outspoken black man, check out what Prime said this week.
Black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. And I'm about to get comfortable in a minute.
Hey, you see that? I say that all the time. A black man who's very outspoken, who speaks his mind, a very outspoken black man who speaks his mind will always get attacked by them. Always get attacked on a consistent basis. Because you know what? You know what? They don't like that. They don't like a very outspoken black man. And see, here's the history part of it, what Ron DeSantis and the rest of them don't want you to know. The historical part of this all is, when you go back into your history books and you say these Florida boys, Florida was a free state. That's why we walk around with so much swag. And they say we're different. So why are these Florida boys different? They just walk around like shit. And they go play football in Ohio, and them Florida boys is different. Florida women are different. Florida people are different because we were free. We loaded up with the Indians. Y'all go do your history. I don't want to break y'all down with history, but we were free state. So we're not enslaved in the brains. We always thought as free men and women. That's why a lot of people can't understand this. That's why a lot of people did not want to mess with us. It took years for schools in Alabama and Georgia and all that to bring them Florida guys to their program. That's why it took years. It took years, and they're only going to have a couple of them because we are flamboyant, we're outspoken, we're jazzy and all that there because we're free. We're traditionally free people. So that's Prime. I never even had this kind of conversation with Prime. Hopefully I'll have him on the show. I reached out to him. He said, yeah, let's do it. So the next couple of weeks, Prime will be right here on the Uncle Luke show. And we're going to talk about it and why he feel the way he feel. And let me just say this here. There's a lot of white coaches that don't like him. I would say 95% of Power 5 white coaches don't like Coach Prime. You probably sitting up saying, oh, that's a large percentage. We still live in some very difficult times. They snubbed this man's son. Look at the numbers of the people that they drafted this year, first pick in the draft and first round of draft compared to his son numbers last year. It's because he's an outspoken black man. And they figured his son was an outspoken black man. And he got that Florida blood in him because he's a free man. That's the difference between us and a lot of other people. We're free people. We don't, in our blood, we don't think like that. So they say, oh, these niggas, they're different. That's what they say. We're different. But the American people in this country, we're different. The brothers and sisters, we're realizing it. But if we don't come together as a people, they're going to continuously divide and conquer us. That's why I talked about this at the beginning. The Oreo cookie. Identify the Oreo, the guy who's black on the outside and white on the inside. Identify them. Because they're there. Take this commercial out.
Anyone ever gave me was 2 words. You can't. And you know what my response was? 2 words. Watch me.
I'm running commercials that pay political advertisers paid for by the campaign to elect Uncle Luke Campbell for Congress. So they don't get me with an ethics violation. I said, let me try that. But speaking of violations,
I fucking hate like I hate y'all. Like you, like I don't. Oh, we were slaves this and that. I don't give a but like for a reason you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to steal. Like oh my god, like I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my god, like I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those like that little small shit.
Y'all saw this all over the internet. The little Mexican girl expressing her outrage, and she was a police officer in Houston. She was in the Marine Corps. She wasn't that far out of the Marines, so therefore she's still a part-time member of the Marines. And she said, oh, yeah, we were able to do this in the Marine Corps. I don't believe that to be true because there's a lot of African Americans in the Marine Corps, and I don't think they would be standing for her to be using the N-word so loosely like she used it as if the Marine Corps is a place to be. But I played this to play this. And I always told people, and again, for years, y'all was always talking about this black and brown, us black people caping for brown people. Oh, we're black and brown. Do you know the black and brown people of America feel this way? The black and brown people of America feel this way? No, brown people don't feel the same way black people feel. Brown people don't like you. Most brown people don't like black people. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it a buck. Look what happened to Jasmine Crockett. The Mexicans didn't vote for her. Look what happened to Kamala Harris. The Mexicans didn't vote for her. Look what them people think they're better than you. They don't like you. They don't care about you. But yet and still, they know you're going to be running around caping for them. They have not came to you. They sent a couple of their representatives and say, oh, yeah, we with you. But the most of them, they hate you. I'm just keeping it a buck. The most of them hate black people. So they said, Luke, why are you running for Congress? Thank God. Hey, look here, man. I'm running to support. I'm running to bring resources back to black people. I'm not going to even play them games. Is there some white people in my district? Yes, there are. Is there some Hispanic in my district? Yes, there are. They're going to benefit. Why? Because I'm bringing them money home fighting for the most of the black people. So their neighbors, they're sitting there, they're getting ready to benefit. They're getting ready to eat real good. Because the people in my district are going to eat real good because they're going to get the resources that they need to be a better community and the monies and everything that's why I'm happy. My district is 70% African Americans, Caribbeans and Jamaicans, and because that's what I am. Black and a few Hispanics. Seniors, and them the people I want to fight for. Them the people I want to bring the money back to. I'm not thinking about that, all that black and brown stuff like that. I'm black. Because most of them people feel that way. Most of those people feel that way. They've told you time and time again. And I'm not here to separate brown and black. Hey, look, them people cake for themselves. They spend their money with each other. I respect the Mexican and the Hispanic and the Cuban and all the Puerto Rican community and all of them. I respect them. But they don't fucking buy our products. They ain't coming to your restaurant. They ain't coming to Chris Smith and Trick Daddy. I ride by Trick Daddy all the time, Sundays, on Central. Grab me some of them good wings and all that. Them turkey wings is good. Them yams is good. I go up in there, drive through. I look inside the building. Hey, they ain't there. They are not supporting our businesses. I'm sorry. So when are we going to say, okay, we're going to support each other? That's what it is. Y'all get caught up with the wrong thing because y'all think everything white look good, everything that's brown is pure, and that they're here to support us. No. My good, I respect them because they stick together and they spin together. I respect the Cubans because they stick together, they spin together. They got Latin Builders Association. They got nothing but Latin builders in there. They lobby and all that so that they could bring they could get all the contracts, the county, the state, and the city, and the federal government. They can get all that money, and they support their own people, their own Latin builders, their own Latin building contractors. That's what they do. We don't do that. Because when we become elected officials, the first thing we want to do is give the money to somebody that's not like us. How many? That's why I tell you, judge your black elected officials on how many black millionaires they created from the community. This shit is bad. So am I surprised this lady feel like that? No. They just showed a picture of the 2026 class of firefighters here in Miami-Dade County. Now, I live in Broward. I've been living in Broward for 15 years. They just showed the class of firefighters a picture. I should have had that picture. I didn't even know I was going to go there. Of firefighters, a picture. Boom. The class. Only one black person. Only one black person. It's like 200-300 young people who just passed the class, the firefighter class. They get ready to go and do the firefighters. There's only one black person. And all the black people on Facebook all outraged. Something got to change. Oh my God. Because everybody sleep at the wheel. No, that's what y'all want. Y'all, all the brown people in there, they looking out for each other. I'm just saying. Yeah, he wanna hang with the babies. He wanna hang with the babies. Hey, yeah. He wanna hang with the babies. He wanna hang with the babies. Hey, yeah. He wanna hang with the babies. He wanna hang with the babies. Baby, let's chill and get fried. Yeah. He fuck with me, I'm a vibe. Ay. Just got my hair done looking fine. Damn. 32 inches is blind. Ooh. He asking, can he get some time? No. I'm a young turn bitch in my prime. Let's go. You know what that mean on my side. Won't settle till I'm 45. Hold on, hey. He wanna hang with the babies. He wanna hang with the babies. Hey, yeah. He wanna hang with the babies. He wanna hang with the babies. Hey, yeah. He wanna hang with the babies. He wanna hang with the babies. Hey, yeah. He wanna hang with the babies. He wanna hang with the. Hey, yeah. I'm trying to smash on his. Hey. I love it. They call that the hood prom. Everybody be like, yo, I don't know where they get all this money to be spending on them. I won't spend this kind of money on my kid and all this at the prom and all that there. Look here, man, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is compared to, for me, that's the Met Gala. They're having their own gala. They're having their own gala that they will never be invited to at their prom. Hell, I would never invited to the Met Gala. Because these kids are looking at these things that are so far away from them on social media that they would never be invited to. And for them to be able to come be creative and their parents to put the money into it. Hey, look here, let your child celebrate how your child want to celebrate. So if you want to get your child a helicopter to fly them in for the prom, fine, do that. Whatever puts a smile on your kid's face. Oh, where do they get the money from? They living in poverty and they doing this and all that. They can get this money for the prom and all these custom dresses and all the helicopters and the cars and all that there. Damn right. That is what we do. That's a Florida thing. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, I understand. But they're having a great time. And the most important thing about this life that we live in is to live it every moment. So living in your life and your truth in the moment right now, if your kid, you do whatever it takes for your kid. If they want to come in a helicopter, they want a big old pretty dress, that is the prom. That's what they want to do. Let them have fun. And my son right now, he ain't into them shoes and all that. I had to tell him yesterday was going to the baseball game with his friends and all this. He wear the same shoes. He just ain't into all that. He into baseball. But if you got a kid that's in, hey, look here, man, we work hard to make sure our kid looks good. And if our kid want to put that stuff on it at the prom and want a helicopter and want a submarine and all that, and we can find a way to get it, to put a smile on their face so it could be a memorable moment, and hopefully that catapult them to wanting to do greater things in life. Use it as a tool to, hey, you want this prom shit, you better bring me some eggs here. I love it. I love little girls getting dressed up. They don't even do valedictorian no more. I love the little girls getting dressed up, looking like they going to the Met Gala, looking like they Rihanna. Why only Rihanna can get dressed up? Why only Beyonce can get dressed up and go to the Met Gala, put the dress on? Why? Why they can't do it? Y'all got a problem with them doing it at their high school? Y'all got a problem with them doing it at their high school, thinking that, oh, how dare them? They're not Rihanna. They're not Beyonce. How dare them get dressed up like they're supposed to be home depressed because they live in a depressing neighborhood? How dare they get dressed up like this? No. Put your shit on and enjoy yourself. Why we got to be restricted to all these different things? Y'all just got introduced to the rodeo, and they've been doing the rodeo forever. Speaking of the rodeo, I'm going to leave on this one right here. Look at this little girl right here. This little girl I'm getting ready to bring up. And now, mind you, people stole my music. But the little girl jamming because she jamming to my music. Y'all see me? They stole my beat, but I don't care. Long as that little girl had a good time. Long as she had fun. Hey, Williams, I understand, Williams. They got plenty of time to buy stock. The girls and the boys and mom, they got plenty of time to buy stock. Ain't nothing wrong with having a good time. Half of them people at the Met Gala, Williams, ain't bought no stock. I had fun today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed my show. What's up, Glow? What's up, all my regulars? I love y'all. Deshaun, I see you over there. I don't know where you've been at. Williams, thank you for coming in today. We had a good time. We had a very, very good time. A very good time. Make sure y'all go to my website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. I'll probably be back on for a special show tomorrow after the actual vote of the redistricting and have some guests on to have a conversation about how this went and what's the direction and how they're going to go about it, whether they clean it up and all the lawsuits that's going to be filed. So make sure y'all check out for a special edition of the show tomorrow. But I enjoyed it today. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the show. Go to my YouTube page as Uncle Luke TV and be a follower. Go to my Twitter as Uncle Luke Real One, Instagram Uncle Luke Real One, Facebook Uncle Luke. That's my fan page. Twitch. I don't know if you hang out over there, but I want to thank you guys for being on here today. Adios, amigos. In the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be.
Why was everything seemed to be going down at the award shows back then?
West came to the South. They had beef with Luke Skywalker and the Miami boys. Yeah, they don't tell that story. They don't tell that story where Luke came to the hood, got Atlanta and Miami folk. And we clear how.
And this is when Dr. Dre made Dre Day and Snoop is going, they all going at Luke. Man, them goddamn Miami, I don't know where Luke man, this was in Orlando, Florida, the Jack the Rapper. We're in Orlando, Florida. Them goddamn Miami niggas came through that bitch so thick, tearing shit up. Only real niggas that was at that Jack the Rapper know exactly what the fuck happened. But it was bad, you know what I mean? It was all bad. Just know that Death Row and Luke Skywalker is funking at this time.
That's when everybody met up. Because they doing their own shows, we doing our own shows.
All year long, and then when y'all finally meet up.
Yeah, because everybody had to go to Jack the Rapper. Everybody had to go to New Music Seminar. Everybody went to How Can I Be Down. Everybody went to the Southwest, whatever that shit was. Yeah, so that's where you see them.
Damn, so that's why it be like, every time, like when you go back and look up at the beefs and they'll try to pull up a beef from back then, it's always at the fucking award shows, or they always had these stories about the award shows.
And they got to understand, man, the South, boy, the South don't play. The South pulls no punches. We scared of nothing. We are not scared of the boogeyman.